Xbox Game Pass features a trove of multiplayer titles, both competitive and co-op. In this video, I will show you some best multiplayer games on Xbox Game Pass in 2021. So without any further ado, let's start this video. The first game of this video is Star Wars Squadrons. Star Wars Squadrons is the way to go if you're searching for a reasonably in-depth flight sim to combine in with your competitive multiplayer needs. The actual flying mechanics and controls are complicated enough to give a hard curve, yet they never feel insurmountable. Whether you're side with the Rebel Alliance or the Empire, you'll have access to a number of classic Star Wars ships, each of which serves a specific tactical purpose for their respective group. Next up we have Shadow Warrior 2. One of the lesser-known titles on this list, Shadow Warrior 2 is a Borderlands-style title game, full of humor and looter-shooter. The entire game can be played in 4-person co-op, and it is a blast to play through. The shooting and all of the weapons feel incredible to use, and the story is both very funny and interesting enough to keep you engaged. The game dives fully into the game's fun mentality and makes for an excellent romp for 4 people to blast their way through. It is an excellent and underplayed game. Next up we have Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Bungie was the original studio behind Halo Combat Evolved, or the first Halo game. Their updates to Destiny 2 have been met with some mixed responses. The game is now free for everyone, but the newest expansion is not. At least, it isn't free for people who don't have Xbox Game Pass. This is a huge win for Microsoft. Now that the game sort of rebooted itself with this expansion, it's as good a time as any to jump back in or start fresh. Next up we have Gears 5. The 5th major installment in the Gears of War franchise is one of the finest games of the year, and it was available on Xbox Game Pass from the start. This version's multiplayer is superb, incredibly well refined, and offers possibilities for all types of players. The game retains the standard variety of ranked playlists for Nasher fans, as well as an arcade playlist that offers a more informal and faster-paced TDM-type match. Hard makes a comeback with a better skill system than Gears of War 4, and Escape is a fun enough diversion from the other modes. Next up we have Ark Survival Evolved. Thanks to the success of games like Rust, the growing market for survival games has led to some wonderful titles over the past few years. Ark Survival Evolved is one of the better examples and continues to expand and improve with every new update. This makes for a highly enjoyable game, and the inclusion of tameable dinosaurs is every bit as fun as it sounds. Next up we have Phogs. Phogs is a little different from the rest of the games on our list. It's a puzzle game with a double-headed dog. Cat dog comes to mind, though in this case it's more like dog. Players may play this journey alone, with each controller stick playing a different head, but it's more enjoyable to play with a friend or loved one to help solve some of the more difficult riddles. Next up we have Streets of Rage 4. For more than 2 decades, this franchise has just 3 games. It's always risky to see an old franchise return, since it might either go extremely well or really poorly. Another contemporary brawler, Double Dragon via Double Dragon IV, is an example of things going horribly wrong. This game, on the other hand, is on the opposite end of the spectrum, having exceeded expectations. It may not have much to the series or the genre as a whole, but it's still a fun brawl. Next up we have Minecraft. While exploring the randomly created voxel landscapes of Minecraft alone is enjoyable, adding a few buddies to the mix increases the fun factor tremendously. Inventing new structures and contraptions is half the fun, and having a second brain to draw upon increases the game's creative potential by a factor of 2. Minecraft thrives when played with a few buddies, whether you're pairing up for a laid-back frolic in creative mode or keeping an eye on each other during the creeper-infested evenings of survival mode. Next up we have Back 4 Blood. Back 4 Blood is essentially the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. It's a wonderfully familiar setup. You and 3 other buddies, plus bots as filler, if required, must make it from point A to point B alive. However, the trip is infested with a terrible horde of zombies waiting to rip you off limb from limb. Special zombies and the occasional goal keep things interesting, so Left 4 Dead aficionados will feel right at home. A card system that allows you to accumulate perks and upgrades throughout the course of each game ensures that no 2 runs are alike. The last game of this video is Aragami 2. When it comes to a decent multiplayer experience, stealth action isn't always the first thing that springs to mind, but Aragami 2 nails it. Players take on the role of an elite zombie warrior assassin, charged with repelling an invasion of fire-wielding foes intent on torching their nation and enslaving its inhabitants. Depending on how players want to play, The game is separated into sneaky takedowns, and patient ambushes or calculated sword fight with notified guards. So that's the list of 10 best multiplayer games on Xbox Game Pass to play in 2021. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel Games Puff, and press the bell icon for more gaming videos.